Yo! Yes. Yo! What's good, homies? I know I've been gone for a little bit of a time. However, I was going through some things. I actually had filmed this video previously and I watched the footage back and I kind of thought like, ooh, this is whack. I just gave myself some time to work through these things and get past them. I'm feeling much better now, feel good, and we're shooting this again. And during the course of the period where I was trying to work through these things, I actually acquired some more items, and we're gonna work in the order of tops, jackets, we're gonna need jewelry, we're gonna need some shoes. So let's get into the video. What I've actually realized in my previous videos is that I tend to yabba a bit too much, and I'm trying to make this shorter for you guys today, you know? So, onto the first pickup. This is just a mock neck that I picked up from Zara. This time they were still on sale, so I got this for like over 50% off. It's more of like a tight fit, so a real like help my legs stay kimpy. Thought that it was a cool knit, and for the price that I paid for it, I really can't go wrong. So yeah, really not much to say about this one, just a plain mock neck from Zara. So these, I must tell you, I've been sleeping on Mr. Price for a while now. And I went in there about like 2 weeks ago and I was just like checking around, seeing what they have. And I came across a few polo necks that they're actually doing, and it is FYA. So I decided I'm gonna pick up 2 of them because they are at really cheap price points. And man, I can tell you, I'm really impressed with what I paid for these, the quality and what else is in store. Let me show you. So the first one that I picked up is just normal, and I got this in kind of a slimmer fit as well. I wouldn't say that I have like an athletic body, but my frame is just slightly bigger, right? So usually I go in between like a large XL, double XL if I wanted like really oversized. But I decided to eat the medium this time because the quality is a bit lesser than you would like get at maybe like a more premium high street retailer. It does tend to stretch out. So I went for a medium here so that it can kind of stay more slim. Because this is a black turtleneck, I decided that I rather want to keep it like more slim so it's more timeless. I'll be able to wear it over a longer period of time. I paid really cheap for this. It's a really good like knitted material as well. It feels great on, and yeah, I think it's something that I'm going to get a lot of wear out of and keep for a very long time. When I walked into the store, I was like super surprised. I'm going to drop some footage now. This is clearly not sponsored by Mr. Price, but I went through and they've got like some sick pants. Obviously these knitwears were absolutely insane. They've got some really like crazy boots that I've seen as well. And I've really been like heavily sleeping on Mr. Price for such a long time. And when I went back in there, it was so refreshing to see like South African retailers. Yes, it is like a cheaper retailer and you're probably going to see a million other people wearing it. But what they had in store was actually really cool. If you do know a YouTuber by the name of Sanjeev, this fit kind of inspired me to pick up this turtleneck. I just got this like kind of like heavyweight knitted. It almost looks like small cable knits. White turtleneck. This is more of an oversized fit. So I wouldn't say like it's super oversized, but more to the oversized, like it's more oversized, you know what I mean? So I got this in an XL. I really like the fabric of this, the way that it fitted me for the price that I paid. You really can't go wrong. So the stuff that I got from Mr. Price, I'm super impressed with it. I do recommend, right, like I said, this is not sponsored. I do recommend that you go into store and just check what they have, because 1, it's a really good price point, 2, it's supporting local, and 3, stuff is actually fire. Shout out to Justin McCormick and the McCormick family for blessing me with this blazer. So I kind of got handed this blazer by some friends of mine, and it's really just a beautiful, like I would say kind of reminiscent of 80s style houndstooth vintage Woolworths blazer. Obviously it's on a more oversized, like boxier fit, throwing back to that whole Balenciaga collection that came out. Really inspired by that. Beautiful fabric, really love the way that it sits on my body. Obviously this was gifted to me, so I didn't pay anything for it. However, I do really love the piece and the way that it fits, and for winter with the turtlenecks that I've got and a couple of other things, I'm really gonna be able to style this a lot. And yeah man, it's just crazy timeless piece that is beautifully constructed, and I'll get a lot of wear out of it. I can't just have one of these because I really like the aesthetic of it. So I went to the thrift store and I went to go and look for another blazer, and I managed to pick up this, again, kind of like this houndstooth with this like red lining running through it. Blazer, also oversized. This one I would say is more cut at the body. I'm not sure if it's been tailored like beforehand, but I feel with just the way that it fits on my body like it has been. This one is a little bit more cropped than the other one, and it gives you kind of like this, almost like a V taper from the top. Beautiful cut, really like the way that it fits on my body. Picked this up for a steal again at the thrift store. And something that I'll be able to wear a lot in the winter. It's gonna keep me warm over those polar necks and things like that. Beautiful blazer, so sick, honestly. This video is totally not sponsored by them. However, I was blessed enough to receive a few items from the beautiful people over at Dan Fuller Jewelry. And I'm just gonna show you a couple of things that have been sent through today. So item number one that I've got here is this beautiful little cross pendant that have been sent through, as well as this anchor. And then obviously I've got the triangle pendant and my wedding band over here. What I will say about them is that if you are not looking to go the sterling silver route, right, because it can work out a bit expensive, this is a perfect medium for you. Because these, all the chains, as well as all the cufflinks and the rings, whatever jewelry is made out of metal, is actually constructed out of surgical steel. If you don't know, surgical steel is actually the steel like they'll use in your body when perhaps you break a bone and they need to replace something in your body, right? So because of that, it doesn't rust, it doesn't warp, and it's really good quality for what you're paying for. It ranges in between about 300 to 400 Rand, which in my opinion is very affordable for what you're getting. And at the moment they have an online store and stores in the V&A as well as Old Biscuit Mall. Really beautiful, beautiful pieces, and every piece, like, you'd have to go into the store and find this out for yourself, but every piece kind of has like a sentimental message behind it. And with that said, like, the true artist form of it is down to personal interpretation of every piece of jewelry. So I do recommend, if you're looking for some jewelry, go and check them out. Really beautiful stuff, and yeah, you won't regret spending your money over there. Look at this over here. Look at that price. Mad thing. I picked this up for an absolute steal. I was at Access Park in Kenilworth, and for those of you who do not know, it's basically like a place here in Cape Town where you can go and shop at like factories and pick up a lot of different things for under retail. And needless to say, I saw these babies at the price that they were, and I had to get them. So this is just your plain Converse, 1 star, really vintage looking, and as you know, vintage inspired. Love the silhouette on the shoe and the fact that it's black and white. I can wear it with absolutely everything. Super comfortable, timeless. I'm gonna get a lot of wear out of these, and yeah, super happy with this purchase. This next pair of shoes I am gassed about. They're very reminiscent of the Cuban Heel YSL wire boots. Let me show you the thing. Look at this packaging. Just admire this snazzy Lani packaging. And then we go inside and find this Arthur Jack box. But what's in the box, you ask? I'll show you. Look at this. I was able to pick up a pair of Cuban Heel boots on a sale. I walked into the store, saw them, thought they were gonna cost me like my liver and a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But they are actually, Fred & Miller was actually running a 70% off sale, and I was able to pick these up for far under retail. Needless to say, they are absolutely beautiful boot, Cuban heel design. For those of you who are unaware, the reason why these boots are so special is because yes, they do come with a raised heel and they're not for everybody. However, traditionally the Cuban heel boot is actually made out of cork at the bottom, which means that once these boots are totally beaten them, and I will beat them because I'm going to be wearing them every single day to leave and to sleep in, I'm actually able to replace these soles, which means that not only did I pick these up on a sale, but also I'll never have to buy another one because I'll just replace the sole once they're beat. Smart. So everything showcased today, I will try to find links or similar links and put them down in the description. Some of these places actually have sales on at the moment, so if you're looking to purchase anything similar or anything that I've showcased today in the video, you'll find them down in the description below. When I originally filmed this, I put up a little poll on Instagram saying you guys should send me through some questions and I'll answer them in today's video, and I did answer them in the last video, but I'm just going to do this again and hit through them really quickly. So yeah, let's get on with the questions. First question: I need help putting an outfit together with slip-on Vans. I know who you are, and bruh, I do not own any slip-on Vans. However, I'm gonna put some pictures up quickly to kind of give you an idea or like inspiration of what I think the slip-on Van, or how I think the slip-on Van should be styled, and hopefully that helps you. Question number 2: how to dress high fashion on a budget and what stores to look at. So, like you can see, I've just been to Mr. Price, and I wouldn't say it's high fashion, but it kind of emulates that high fashion, you know? Especially that white turtleneck, because I believe there is another white turtleneck similar to that from Heide Ackerman, and that's obviously like high fashion. So what I would say is really look at your thrift stores, number one, because that's going to give you like some high fashion for steals. Also go to your high street retailers like Zara, H&M, Woolworths, Markhams, but hit them when the sales are. And that will usually be in between the times where seasons are done. So like June, July, that's when you find sales. And then obviously like after the Christmas period, massive sales again. You'll be able to pick up items that are maybe like cut similar with similar styles, textures, or even colors that you've seen in high fashion. And what I think is like, because you're going to be copying those on the sale, really beforehand, make a mood board of the items or like the styles that you kind of like. And then when you go into these places, you'll be like, ah, cool, that's similar. And you'll be able to get these like high fashion looks at an affordable price. Number 3, do you think shopping at Cotton On and Factory is worth it based on price and quality? Now, I have a little bit of about that. I do think that Cotton On and Factory are majorly overpriced. Like, I'm not walking into Cotton On spending 700 Rand on a pair of cargos personally. However, I do think when you again catch these places like Cotton On and Factory on a sale, and you may be able to pick up the pants for 200, or you pick up a t-shirt for 150 as opposed to 350, then I definitely think it's worth it. But just full price, I do not think it's worth it. You can find much better quality for like at the same or even lower price at Zara or even your thrift stores. Question number 4, did you ever see yourself getting into fashion? Where do you see fashion going in the future? So at about 16 years old, I kind of figured out that I really love fashion, like maybe more than average person does. And ever since then, I've just been really into the fashion scene, and once I left school, that just heightened. So for a long time, I have known that I wanted to be into fashion. And for the future, I'm going to speak specifically South Africa now. There are like some top designers coming out of SA at the moment, like local streetwear brands, as well as people like Trevor Steelman, who's now become like an international stylist, and the dude's from South Africa, and that's literally like the start of where we're at the moment. So I really do think that South African fashion is going places, and because of the whole social media thing, and now you're able to just get like, you buyers don't have to go overseas anymore to go and see what the latest trends are. You can literally just type in a hashtag or follow people on Instagram and you can see what they are. So with that influence mixed with our own like local flavor, I really think that South African fashion is going to go super far and it's growing massively. Question number 5. When you're going to do more sportswear, bro? To be honest, sportswear is like not really my personal style. However, I think like last week or the week before, I posted a series of pictures which was not sportswear but more like tactical wear. So I suppose that's kind of sporty. However, it's not really my personal style, but you never know, in the future I might drop a few sportswear pics. But yeah, we never know, bro. Question number 6, final question. This is kind of like a deep one. For those of you who don't know, I am married, so I suppose this question kind of stems from that. Marriage advice and sustaining a healthy relationship. So I'm going to put this diagram up on the screen quickly. And what that diagram really symbolizes is that the more or the closer that you and your spouse get to God at the top of the triangle, the closer you guys will be together. And what the meaning of that would be is that if your relationship is right with God, you open yourself up more to treating your spouse better or your partner in your relationship better, and you actually draw closer to them by drawing closer to God. And for me, that would be the number 1 key to sustaining a healthy marriage and a healthy relationship, right? The second thing that I would really say is communication. Communication is pivotal. You are definitely going to encounter fights, like that's a given. However, it's really the recovery of that, and the only way you make a recovery out of that is through communication. So simple things like maybe you've been asked to buy milk, you forget to buy milk, and you know that you've forgotten to buy the milk when you get home, but yet you just try and ignore the fact. Don't ignore the fact. Say, listen, I had a long day, I forgot to buy the milk, I'm so sorry, I'll do it tomorrow. Then it's kind of open in the air and you're communicating about it and you can work through it. But if you kind of leave problems to kind of just linger in the back, it piles up and piles up and piles up. One day it explodes and it just makes this like massive mess. So for me, 2 things. 1, get yourself closer to God and that will bring you closer to your spouse. 2, communication is key. Whatever it is, communicate about it all the time. Alright guys, I'm sorry to keep you waiting like that. But yeah, finally got this video done. If you made it to the end of this video, I really do appreciate it and it would help me out a lot if you click the subscribe button, give this video a like and just like comment down below what you want to see me do in the future. If you wish to follow me on Instagram, I'll put it right here. It's just @LeeRorik7. Other than that guys, I'm Lee Rorik. Thank you so much for watching this video and have a blessed day.